Today we're going to dive into some symbols that are deeply connected with the semen retention, aka celibacy, aka Brahmacharya journey. And this is due to one point. When you decide to hold back on your sexual impulse or the sexual outlet of your sexual energy, you have to do something with it. You cannot simply store it up down there. You have certain choices what to do with this energy. The most common one, of course, is to ejaculate into some space, whatever it is. Then you release it down there through your lowest chakra actually. Or otherwise you can use it for the craft you're doing, you can use it for your sports that you do. It is a common example that sportsmen retain their semen during intense sport training processes or preparations for sport events. Another purpose that I found for this sexual energy is that we channeled it up to our heart chakra to spread it from there in form of love and compassion to others. And the classical version is on the spiritual path to channel it up either to our Agnya chakra right here or to our crown chakra on top of the head. Either way, we're channeling the energy up to make it going away from the lower chakras and to have a spiritual development or an uplifting effect on our life and on others, of course. One more thought on this. The actual retaining or the actual process of going up is not just that you not ejaculate. You rule the sexual energy not only in your actions but also in your thoughts and your words. But meaning, if you retain your seed but you have all day long your thoughts in females' private parts, it's not gonna work out. You hold it back, but on the same time you send your energy there, meaning you create a large energy traffic jam, so to say, which is in that case already unhealthy. So if we decide to channel it up, we need to channel it up seriously, make sure no energy goes below there. It's a difficult part to learn this, but the principle goes clearly as this. So we channel it up. And the actual up channeling process is found in some symbols that are deeply connected to our semen retention journey. The thing we want to look at first are our chakras. We have 7 chakras along our body. And the lowest chakra are regarding or are connected actually to our lower urges, obviously. So sexual urges, family making, procreation, material things, wealth building. These things are all connected to our lowest chakras, and our highest chakras are connected to our spiritual development and so on. Of course, there's many things more to say about the chakras, which I will not right now, just that you get the principle. Another picture that I read about it, I find it very interesting, is that our lowest chakra is actually the chakra that connects us to the animal kingdom. We can imagine that animals have their own chakras. For example, your cat has her own 7 chakras, and her highest chakra has the vibration of your lowest chakra. On the same time, on the other hand of the body, we have our highest chakra, our crown chakra, which is the one that we share with the world of the angels. So the angels are said to have their lowest chakra vibrating on the vibration of our crown chakra. So these are basically connection points, or these are actually also points and considerations that can give you orientation of where that energy goes, or how you yourself are oriented between that. Just that you get an idea what is meant with upward channeling and what is meant with the vibration of the certain chakras. So, when we look at this, we can see there are meridians about it. This is Indian philosophy anatomy, that there are 3 meridians actually around the center of our body. There is the Ida and the Pingala, which represent opposite qualities like sun and moon, like male and female and so on. And they are circling up along our body, and they are crossing regarding to the chakras and moving up. This is Ida and Pingala, and there is a middle meridian, which is the so-called Sushumna Nadi, and it is said that the sexual energy, which is in yogic terms also regarded as the Kundalini energy, is moving up that Sushumna Nadi in order to bring the lower energy to your higher chakras, to your higher awareness, to your higher developed areas in your body. It is said that when you manage to retain the seed, that you can stay Brahmacharya for 12 years as a male, that this energy finishes its upward moving and reaches your crown chakra. Then you gain a kind of enlightened state. This is what the sages say. At the same moment, you grow an actually memory nerve, which comes along with the process. Okay, whatever there is, we will touch on these things more deeply elsewhere, but we want to stick to the symbols right now. We have the Ida and the Pingala moving upward, and the Sushumna Nadi as the center meridian, which is connected to our spine, moving up also. So there are certain symbols, many of them actually, that symbolize this. And while the upward energy is regarded the Kundalini energy, and the Kundalini energy is oftentimes symbolized by a snake, it's usual to visualize these upward movements by making Ida and Pingala as the snakes in the pictures, which we see right behind me right now. On top of the symbol there are usually wings, in this case angels' wings, and they of course symbolize our higher consciousness. It's also regarding that these higher areas are connected to the more subtle world, maybe the angel world, and the lower consciousness is connected to the animal kingdom, which is here symbolized to the snakes, and we want to make the animal force developing upwards onto our angel contact points, so to say. The symbol is called Caduceus. And the Caduceus we find also on other places. And this is where it gets interesting, because one popular representant of the Caduceus force is Hermes Trismegistus, a classic representative of Greek mythology, and the Romans also referred to him as Mercury. And he stands as a messenger between the material world and the world of the gods. This goes quite parallel with our Caduceus from the Indian philosophy, where it's also about a upward traveling energy. So this idea of upward traveling energy with 2 snakes and 1 central stick is not only found in India, but also in Greek mythology and also on other places. I came across these actually, while I was studying the Templars Knights, they also built a huge relationship to the Hermes Trismegistus. It is said that Hermes Trismegistus brings man the divine revelation about God, reality, the cosmos, and the nature of man. This fits very beautifully in the picture we used and the qualities we try to discover in the Caduceus. And also actually when we look on the Semen Retention, aka Brahmacharyan journey, these qualities make a huge part of it on the more subtle level. These revelations that you can get on this journey. Trismegistus, which is part of the name of Hermes Trismegistus, means the 3 times great. And that means he was the greatest philosopher, the greatest priest, and the greatest king. So he unites these 3 qualities in him. But that's not all. There's also another symbol that goes along with our Caduceus here. And when we look at the flag of Mexico, we have a eagle there that consumes a serpent while he's sitting on a cactus. There's a story about it. There were priests traveling with the Mexican tribe until they meet a certain sign, and the sign was exactly this, that they should settle where they meet an eagle that consumes a serpent while sitting on a cactus tree. So actually they found this place and settled there, and so on and so on. But on the more subtle level, on the spiritual level, this is here also seen as a symbol for a higher consciousness that consumes the lower urges. And this is what we actually do on our journey, that we actually deny the expression of the lower urges and sacrifice them to our higher intentions. And this is also found in this symbol as in the other 2 examples that I just explained. So behind me we see a symbol now with the Caduceus of eagle's wings, which is also from the Central American, aka Mexican background, and which symbolizes the eagle that consumes the serpent on the cactus tree. The cactus tree being here symbolized by the stick. So there are other symbols also where an eagle consumes a serpent, and when this is brought into context of divine things or on the path to enlightenment, this can always be seen as a symbol of our higher intentions consuming our lower urges. We have to decide where we go. We cannot have both. So we have to spend our energy consciously. We have to direct it carefully and consciously, and be thankful for it that we can do so. I'm very thankful that you watched the video so far. Please like and subscribe to support my new created channel. I wish you all the best. Love from my side, and have a great day.